Welcome. You're tuned into Life is a Sacred Journey. Every week, we bring a new perspective to aging and caregiving. Here is your host, Micheal'S Pope.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the virtual neighborhood of Life is a Sacred Journey. My name is Micheal'S Pope, and I am your host of this wonderful podcast that reaches out to caregivers and people that are experiencing forms of dementia in their life, as well as over the years we have looked at other topics and spoken about other things that are happening in the world around us. And so it is my honor and privilege to be here with you this morning, the Friday before Christmas. Wow. Let me, there we go, get lined up a little bit. Before Christmas. And so it's exciting to be here with you. I am looking forward to Christmas, I think. You know, I've had some moments in the last couple of weeks that have not been so great. And so I've been, thinking about Christmas and the holidays and all of that and kind of feeling like, gosh, okay. But then there's always those moments that last week I left my son's home where he lives, he and his wife and my granddaughter, and I deliberately went in a direction that I didn't know. I wanted to see what was there. And it started to get dark. And as I was driving through this neighborhood, the Christmas lights started to come on in front of the houses in that neighborhood. And it was just, I got lost in Christmas. Which was so exciting. I got lost in it, and it dead end. So I had to, make a complete U-turn and come back and finally get on my, thank goodness for GPS, because it was dark by then. But it was so amazing to see. Some people had the blow up Santas and snowmen and Snoopy and Tigger and Pooh, and they're all dressed, Mickey and Minnie and all of that, just dressed up in holiday gear. There was one built house that had the Grinchy. The whole theme in front of it was the Grinch, and I'm a Grinch fan because I just love that story. I've loved it since I was a child. I actually wore my shirt today for you. See, naughty or nice, and here's a Grinchy. um, and that it reminded me of that, so I decided to wear it today and just be kind of Christmassy kind of feel. And then I watched this incredible movie called The Red One, I think it is, and it was about Christmas and it had action and of course Santa's being stolen again, and so it was just an incredible day. And then I went to my church where they were having, where we were having a carol sing. And oh my gosh, I hadn't been probably in the last 4 or 5 years, 4 years since the pandemic. I hadn't been. And so, going and singing. And then we do this thing about the 12 days of Christmas where the room is, each sections, like every two rows, are given a part to sing, and the whole idea is to sing it louder than the other group that sang their part. So I was with the Lords of Leaping team, and we did pretty good. And then there's a piece where, or part of the carol sing where there's a fruitcakes. And there's lots of fruitcakes in the room. They wrap them and they sing a fruitcake song, and you have to keep moving the fruitcake around until the song is over. And then if you have the fruitcake in your hand, then you get to keep it. So I think fruitcake gets a bad rap actually, because I kind of like fruitcake. I have tasted some that I haven't liked, but I do like fruitcake. So it was a wonderful evening of fun and joy and laughter and cookies. I ate one cookie because I'm trying to lower my sugar intake. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and it made me think about being single. being single as an older person, uh, or in the wonderful season of my life. I think it's wonderful. It may not be wonderful for other people, but it's wonderful for me. But I thought about all of us that are single and what that means in the holiday season, what that means as we we think about New Year's. Because I thought about that yesterday. I was with my granddaughter, and when she was napping, I looked up because I knew I was going to talk about this. I said, okay, New Year's Eve parties for singles over 50, and then over 60, and then over 70. I kept going down the road, down the line. And it was amazing to me that there are lots of different things going on. But then I started reading more, right? I started doing my homework and doing some research, as I always do, for Life is a Sacred Journey. And I realized there's a stigma about being single and going out on New Year's Eve. I read this thing that said advice to singles over 50 on New Year's Eve. And the first advice that they gave was stay at home. I thought, wow, that is, yeah, stay at home. I've stayed at home many, many New Year's, waited for the ball to drop in New York at 9 o'clock, and then I'm out. I go to bed, have a little drinky. I blow on the little thing, put a little hat on, and make believe I'm there, and then I'm out. But to say stay at home and as if it's an embarrassing thing, it creates this aura and feeling around being single that there's something wrong with it. There are those of us that are single because we've lost our loved one. Our loved one has passed away before us, or we're single because of a divorce, and we haven't found our other person yet, and so we're single. Or your other person doesn't live or is out of the area and you can't be with them on New Year's Eve for whatever reason. Some people work, whatever the reason is. But to imply that just because you're single, that you don't get to enjoy being out with and communing with other humanity, and that it's all about that it's not about being in an environment communing with nature, meaning other people, humanity, and that it's only for those that are in love and only for those that are in relationship. It really speaks a lot about ageism. That's when I started to go, wow, this is such an ageist world where we are telling people who are older, write in the chat how you feel about this, because I'd love to hear how you all feel about it. I'm gonna put it on so I can see your comments. But yeah, it's like, what are you talking about? What are you doing? Why are you making it seem like older people don't deserve to go out into the world? And now, if you want to stay home, that's fine. Stay home, but don't make it seem like people are not supposed to be out in the world doing what they're supposed to be doing. What people want to do in the world. So, so I was thinking about that a lot. So and so I did my homework. I'm actually thinking about, they have a cruise that goes through in San Francisco, and they at 9 o'clock they celebrate because they put on the screen what's happening in New York, because that's kind of the place that is the I want to go there. I actually I thought about, even though I don't have the disposable income, but I thought about just putting it on a credit card and worrying about it later and just going to New York for New Year's Eve. And I still might. We'll see. I still might. If I can get a flight and get out of here and get a hotel that's near Times Square, which I probably won't be able to do. Or I might crash on somebody's bed that I know there. We'll see what happens. But if not, then I'm thinking about going out into the world. I have not been to a New Year's Eve celebration with, outside of my own home in a very long time. And I think it's time to break that mold a little bit. Doesn't mean I'll do it every year, but I think it's time. And again, it's to go out and just laugh and be around other people, to dance. When I was younger, well, you see how we talk? You see how we speak about ourselves? I love to dance. It's not about being younger. I love to dance. And I want to be able to do some of that on New Year's Eve and during the holiday season. When I was a young woman, when I invited people to my house and we would have dinner and play games, we always ended up playing music and dancing. And now it just seems like all we do is go to the person's house, have a little hors d'oeuvres, have a drink, and then we leave. It's just like, oh man, this is, it's nice, but dancing is one of those things. Once it's good for you. I think if we dance more, we wouldn't have so much physical pain. So it's just like, get out there and dance, or dance in your own house. Last night, I happened to, there's a group that I love that they had a video, and because I have Spotify, they had a new video and it came up on my Spotify, and I just danced until all the way through the video, and it was just great. So dance, I want to say, in 2025, if dancing is not a part of your life and you think that you can't dance, and you don't have to dance like the people that dance with the stars. Just dance, move to the music, feel the music, and just be, move with abandonment and dance, because it brings you joy. It's good for you. Them endorphins just start going. You just start feeling really, really, really good. So dance in 2025. I also wanted to take a moment to thank all the people. Oh my gosh, so many people that have come to Life is a Sacred Journey and been a part of our journey here, Felicia and I, that have made Life is a Sacred Journey. We just keep growing in viewers and views and all of that. And so there's a good reminder to hit the share button and write us in the comments and all of that. It's really important to the algorithms, and I know nothing about them, but it's important. And just thank them for coming, for taking time out of their lives wherever they were across the world, from England to Chicago, to Boston, to New York, to all the way over here in California, to wherever they joined us. And so we're just really excited for a new year. Felicia and I have not met yet to discuss 2025, but we will. And we want to do some new things and some different things, and to expand. Where I was looking at what would happen if we move this platform 100% to YouTube, where we actually went live on YouTube instead of on Facebook. Kind of what would happen if we did that, trying to figure that all out, or doing them both at the same time. So just trying to figure all those little things out to see, what would be the best way to continue to have Life is a Sacred Journey a part of your life, and a part, and to become a part of the lives of new people. And so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time with you this morning. I'm here at in my little virtual space here, and I've got a lot to do, and I'm meeting someone at noon to discuss the future of ASEB, and another meeting, a meeting with a friend later this evening. So I've got a lot on my plate for this day, but I didn't want to not come, and I will be here next Friday as well. Didn't want to not come and wish you a Merry Christmas. That's the other debate that somebody had with me the other day, which, they said, oh, I like to say Happy Holidays. Well, whatever you like to say. If you like to say Happy Holidays, that's great. I love to say Merry Christmas. And then my pastor last Sunday said to say tidings of comfort and joy. I wish you tidings of comfort and joy. And so I thought that was pretty cool as well. So what are you doing for the holidays? How do you feel about what I just discussed as it relates to being single and older and all of that? I'm laughing only because I just think it's a stupid, stupid thing to think that somebody that's older and single doesn't have life left in them, and that the only people that matter are the people that are connected to another person that you know about. Because sometimes people have people in their lives, but they have shared them with you. So I thought that was pretty funny. But I do also want to take time to speak to those individuals where Christmas is a very sad day. It's a day where, actually today, um, is it? Yeah. Today is the anniversary, and I was trying to do the math earlier this morning, where let's see. Yeah, almost 30 years ago. Is that right? Yeah, almost 30 years ago, I lost my son and my oldest child that probably most of you have not met. Um, and that was a very difficult time. And it happened around Christmas. And I believe is it today? It might be today because yeah, 5 days before Christmas. So it's today, the 20th. And that grief that ebbs and flows and comes and goes, and ebbs and flows is coming and going, but you know what I mean. You find yourself, there are times that I move into Christmas and I know that I feel that pang, and then there are times that I move into Christmas where I'm overwhelmed by it, where the grief is so huge. But then because of family and friends and other things in life that are happening, I move on. I move on. I was walking with my son yesterday, and we were even talking about, I don't want to go into it, and I never will probably go into it, but the closing of ASAP has been an incredible journey for me on loyalty, on on how people want to find a scapegoat and throw people under the bus for something that was inevitable, right? That being me. And that you're not allowed to have any feelings or emotions about it, but everyone gets to tell you what you didn't do and how you could have done it better, and make you feel like you're responsible. So it's almost like a shaming, and it is something that I sometimes think they don't realize they're doing. It's subtle, but it's real, and yeah, so that I've been feeling, there's a grief around that. There's a level of shame around that. There's a not that I haven't done this, that you question your ability and whether or not there was something that you missed, something you didn't do. But nobody wants to take responsibility for the systems that we have in place, the systematic things that in the systems that make the system so hard. And then you end up having to prove yourself around all of those things. Well, last night during the cantata um, rehearsal, which I'm a part of, I made the decision, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I know exactly what I did. I know I'm very aware of what I didn't do. Thank you, Nancy. And I am more than capable to move into a new space and to move this beautiful vision and mission into a new space. And so I relinquish I can't anymore. I've carried it now for almost 3 months. Just this enormous amount of this heaviness, my family is noticing it, my friends are noticing it, my therapist is noticing it. It's just like it's this heavy, and then everybody wants to go, how you doing? And it's like, how do you think I'm doing? I need you to acknowledge that this is hard. This is not something that it's a grief. It's like I said, it's almost the same feeling that I feel when I think about my son who has passed away. And now that they're all both happening at the same season, the same time of the year, this time of the year will never be the same for me again. It will continually be something where I have to push forward. But there was something that my son said to me, and I share this with all of you that are grieving something at this time, whether it's a loss of a loved one, a loss of, I'm going to say a pet, which is a loved one, because I'm feeling that too, a loss of your career, a loss of anything that is important to you and has been a part of your soul and a part of who you are. My son said this to me. He said, you have to be courageous, Mom. And there hasn't been any time in your life that you weren't courageous. I became a single mom when he was 10. He is now 37. And that's all I'm going to share because they don't like me talking about them. And we made it. We made it. I've owned a condo, lost a condo or sold it because it was too expensive, because I bought it under the countrywide loaning fiasco and sold it, got out of it before it killed me. I found a beautiful house that I rent, that I love. The landlord is really great to me. So loss, something great. Lost something great. I lost a son, but I have a son and I have a daughter that was born after that loss. And I have 2 children, 2 adult children. I've lost a marriage, but I found myself. So loss is the longer we live. I lost my parents, who I loved and who loved me. And, but yet I'm still here and they live in me. And now I'm losing a piece of me in my career, but I feel something great is going to come out of this. And I cannot allow the people who want to poke holes at me and want to make it my fault, even if they don't know they're doing it. I can't allow that to happen because I have to move on. I have to grow. I have to open up to a new existence, a new reality of okay, here you go. I've been worried now for too long, and I got a couple of more conversations to have that I know that are going to break my heart. So I'm going to prepare myself for them. Because of the individuals that I have to have the conversations with, and I already know what they're going to say. I've envisioned it already, so I'm prepared. Yeah, so it's time. It's time to not to hold on to some. Grief is a funny thing. It's a thing that you want to let go because you want to stop that hurt. You want to stop the hurt. It's like when you fall and bang your knee and it's all oozing, it's bleeding, and you want to stop it. Stop it. But you got to live through it, and it will come and go. It will come and go. It doesn't just come, and then you go, oh, I feel better now. It's gone away. It's never going to come back. It will come and go. It will come and go. But last week, a good friend of mine sent me something about grief, and I want to read it to you because I think it's important to share with you. Let me find it. I know she sent it to me. I'm gonna find it. Maybe she emailed it. Hold on. That's probably what she did. And it's important to let go, and let go meaning let that grief flow out of you. I can't find it. I should have looked for it earlier. Sorry. I don't know what happened to it. Yeah. I'll do it next week. How's that? I'll do it next week. This week, I'll share something else with you that I found before we close. So this Christmas, I hope you will love well, meaning love yourself as much as you love other people. And that's a lesson that I have, I'm learning, continuing to learn. I have so much love for humanity, and I've been loving and honoring the lives of so many people throughout my lifetime, but have not received that back. So it's no big deal, because it's not about them and it's not about me. It's about what's the right thing to do. The right thing to do is to love. So love well. The other I wrote down for you was to laugh often. Oh man, laugh as much as you can, because it sure feels good. It feels so good. There's a new comedian. His name is Josh Jones. If you get a chance to check him out, he's very funny. He's an up and coming young man from New York, and he's very, very funny. And he's actually coming to the Bay Area in 2025. But laugh, 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 because it first of all, when you're laughing, you breathe really well because you have to gasp for air, right? And laugh. Find something to laugh about to the point that your belly hurts. Cry if you have to. The other day, I needed a good cry. So Beaches, that's my favorite, one of my favorite cry movies, and Imitation of Life. So I watched both of them and snotted up to the point my head was hurting, but I felt better. So laugh, cry when you need to. The shower is a great place to cry and to release, not just washing your body, but to release. It's almost like being bathed or being baptized, if that's, if you're a faith person that believes in that. For me, that's, it's like a rebirth, renewal. Those are great words. Rejuvenation. Yeah. Love much. Love much. Love much. Love wherever you can. Even when you're thinking the relationship is broken and something's wrong with it and you're not quite sure what it is, because I have a friendship now that I'm not quite sure what's going on and whether or not I've done something and I decided it doesn't matter. You just keep being a friend. You keep loving much. That's it. And I'm like, well, and then the little devil person came on my shoulder and was like, well, what if they're making fun of you because you're sending a card or because you're doing this and they don't really like you and they're ripping it up? It's like, so what? Who cares? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. So love much. And again, This is your life. This is your life. This is my life. This is whoever you are out there. This is your life. And at the end of the day, I realize this. The journey through life, first you come through a portal, right? Into this world, from your mother's womb. And that is very difficult for both the child and the mother. This is not an easy, birth is not an easy process for both. And then you go through life, and of course, in the beginning, hopefully you get parents that love you. And so you know nothing but love and comfort and joy, right? Then you go out into the world, and there are people who didn't know comfort and joy, weren't loved, and so therefore they start crash into your world and start bringing you that darkness that you didn't even know anything about because you were loved so much. But then because you were loved so much, you kind of get through it, because you know you can always go back home and get your wounds licked and get some hugged up and get some hot cocoa and some cookies and somebody telling you you're magnificent and you're wonderful, and those people just don't know you, right? And then you go through another phase of life where you start to go off into the world to be your own person, and you think, oh, you couldn't wait to do it. And then you get out there, and there comes a point where you question, what's life all about? Does it matter? Does it matter that I'm here? What is my purpose? Start asking all that stuff. And then you start to flow into another phase of life where those questions become a little bit more clear, and you're rolling along, and you feel like you got your handle on it, and then something hits you again. Boom! Could be the death of a parent. It could be a death of a child. It could be the loss, your first loss of a job, or the first loss of a friendship, or first end of a love relationship. And then you lick your wounds again. And if you're fortunate, you have a village around you that loves you up and puffs you back up, blows you back up, and pushes you back out into the world. And then you get to a season of your life where things change a lot. Your body starts to change. You look a little different. Your thought process is different, and we call that being an elder. And during that time, that's when people tell you to stay home for New Year's Eve, not to be involved in gaiety, that you should sit, you should not be seen. And the reason that something is happening, somebody told me that she got lost and made this mistake of telling her children that she got lost. And they thought that she shouldn't drive anymore because she happens to be 80, I think she's almost 90 years old. Well, I asked her, the fundamental question I asked her was, had you gone to that place before? And she said no. Well, hell, anybody can get lost going to a place that they've never gone before. To assume that she has dementia or that she should stop driving without doing some fact finding or even getting in a car with her to see how she can drive, that's ageism. And it murders people. So, this is your life. Live it to the fullest and love it to the fullest and engage with it to the fullest. Live in those moments, because you're going to have those moments, and then keep it moving. Now I'm going to read to you as I close. Virginia Woolf is one of my favorite authors, people. I wish I had met her. I wasn't alive in the season that I'm in now when she was alive. But I want to read this to you because I wrote it down in my 2025 book already. There it is. So that I can remember this. So I'm going to share it with you as I close. And Merry Christmas. Whatever happens, stay alive. Don't die before you're dead. Don't lose yourself. Don't lose hope and don't lose direction. Stay alive with yourself, with every cell of your body, with every fiber of your skin. Stay alive. Learn, study, think, read, build, invent, create, speak, write, dream, design. Stay alive. Stay alive inside you. Stay alive also outside. Fill yourself with colors of the world. Fill yourself with peace. Fill yourself with hope. Stay alive with joy. There is only one thing you should not waste in life, and that's life itself. Thank you, Virginia Woolf. Thank you for being here, and thank you for leaving us beautiful gems to live our lives by. If you are a person that's going through this holiday season and the beginning of the new year, thinking that life has no purpose, you have no purpose, that you are not seen, that you are not loved, and that you do not matter. There are people I know at the end of that 988 number, whether you text it, call it, email it, that will get back to you. It may take a minute because you are not alone. See, this is the thing. You are not alone. There are other people that feel the way that you do. I feel the way that you do. Other people feel the way that you do. It's just that they have a circle around them that makes it easier for them to get through this time. So 988 is here for you. It's here for you so that you can talk to someone and understand that your life is so worth living. You matter so much to the universe that the world would not be the same without you. And that's not to give you a heavy burden of, oh man, I'm responsible for this, or that. No, it's to say, have hope. And in that hope, take your little finger on your phone or somebody else's phone and go, boop, 988. Or if it's a text, down here, 988. And talk to somebody who will help you to be on the journey to healing and to get you through this holiday season. So Merry Christmas, everybody. Feliz Navidad. And I don't know anything else. Noel. And as my pastor said, tidings of comfort and joy to all of you. And I pray that you will have a wonderful Christmas. And I will see you next week here at Life is a Sacred Journey. Please write in the comments so that we know you're out there and that you've watched this. Let us know what you're thinking, and then hit the share button so that we get more people coming to us. Felicia, Merry Christmas to you and your family, and to all of you. Nancy, I saw that you were here this morning. Anyone else that watches this, just Merry Christmas, and may you find joy in your life and live it to the fullest. So live in joy. All right, friends. Peace.